Hello, I'm Oni Higgins, and you're watching Bold TV. Natasha DeHart from Bendt Distilling Company shares her experiences adjusting to the current circumstances. Now, we've seen the reopening guidelines have been inconsistent across the board. Have you been able to reopen, at least to some capacity?
We reopened over the summer for a couple of months, but it was only our outdoor area and it was temporary. So we were just as quickly as we were able to reopen, we were shut down. Every brewery, winery, and distillery across the state was shut down simultaneously, including outdoor areas.
Got it. So you guys are just outdoor now, a little bit of indoors, or it's strictly outdoors?
We're completely shut down. So our outdoor
Ah.
area was the only one that we ever reopened, and it
Mm-hmm.
got shut down very quickly as well. Unfortunately, not due to any of the precautions that we were taking, but because of the nature of our business.
Got it. So, how do you think changing opening protocols and the possibility of a second wave will impact businesses like yours?
Uh, so we're constantly having to evolve to new rules. We when we reopened, we went above and beyond any of the rules that were in place. We had multiple hand washing stations, sanitizing stations. We were using all disposable drinkware. We limited drinks to two per person to make sure that people were staying on top of social distancing and not getting too comfortable. And we still got shut down. So we're looking at the new rules that are coming out each week and just kind of taking a step back and saying, we don't have time to try to keep up with something that may change a week from now. We invested a lot in our first reopening, and we're not going to do this on a weekly basis. So we'll be closed for the foreseeable future. I would say probably until 2021.
Wow. So, with that closing, in what ways are you now taking a step back and looking into changing or adjusting, because this is the new norm for right now?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that the way that we opened before was as safe as any other business could open. We didn't allow groups of more than six. We kept 10 to 12 feet between each table. We required masks. Again, all of the hand sanitizing stations and hand washing stations, the drink limits, disposable drinkware. We did everything that we could possibly do, even more so than what was required of us. And I think that right now it's just going to be a matter of getting through this and waiting to see what's on the other side. I don't think that I would change anything about the way that we opened before. I think right now it's just going to be allowing society and government to catch up and decide what a longer term plan is. And I don't think that we'll see that really come into play until months from now.
Right, especially with all the confusion and just the lack of a standstill. So, just switching gears a little bit, do you think you'll keep selling the sanitizer even after the pandemic is over?
I think that we're going to have to evaluate the need. So right now we have quite a bit in stock. We really loaded up, thinking that we would need to continue to service local hospitals and schools and nursing homes, and first responders. And unfortunately, or fortunately for society as a whole, the market kind of caught up. And unfortunately for us as a business, we have a lot of inventory. So we'll continue to sell it as needed, and we're continuing to donate it as needed as well. So just in the last couple of weeks, we've donated to some first responders, to a low income nursing home, and to a couple schools. So we'll continue to do that as we can, and we'll sell it as we have it. But I don't think that it's anything we're going to continue to do for years in the future.
Okay, okay. So, what's next for you guys? What can people look forward to within the next few months?
We're continuing to make whiskey and to distill craft spirits. So we'll be in here doing that, and we'll be available for pickup of bottles. And I think we're planning to try to get some really creative gift ideas out for the holidays. But other than that, we're just going to continue doing what we do best, which is distilling delicious spirits and releasing them into the market in any way that we can, and doing it safely. I think that what we're hoping is that government regulation will relax a bit to help us through this. And what that looks like is going to be allowing us to ship directly to consumer, or relaxing right now we have a 2 bottle per person per month limit that we're able to sell to consumers directly. So if those 2 things could relax, I think it would really help us survive this in the long term.
Got it. Got it. Well, thank you so much for discussing your experience with us, Natasha. We really appreciate it here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Of course.